We are so pleased to have back on set today Melissa Arrighi, who is the town manager for Plymouth. Welcome back, Melissa.
Thank you.
We haven't had Melissa for a while, so we have a lot to catch up on. It is August, the end of July, beginning of August, and what is going on, the big things going on in Plymouth? And I know you wanted to start with talking about dredging.
We do. We have a couple projects that you see as you go around town. We certainly have construction projects going on. Unfortunately, because of the season, some of those projects are in areas where tourists and residents want to be, and of course I'm talking about the park, Nelson Park, and the fact that the splash pad is not up and running yet. The one thing I can tell everybody that we have done is we've started to work into our contracts a penalty for when these contractors run late for whatever reason it is. We can hold back money. Now, that's good news in terms of finances. It's not good news in terms of you just want to be able to use the park, and we understand it. I think that I'm especially disappointed because we were trying that new pilot program this year of being able to bring in food trucks.
Yes.
So, but we're going to stick at it, keep pushing the contractor, hopefully have that up and running soon.
Okay.
Dredging. Now, dredging won't be until this winter.
Okay.
But we were able to see such a huge amount of support from the federal government when they provided us with the money to do they're doing it, the Army Corps of Engineers, to do the federal dredging.
Yep.
What we're trying to do locally is partner with the state, state delegation, to see if we can go to town meeting, most likely in the spring, to provide local funds, which will then entice the state and the governor to do a match to those local funds, and then we will be able to dredge at the same time there's dredging equipment out there. We'll be able to dredge all around State Pier, where the Mayflower 2 sits, around Town Wharf and the T Wharf. Have to move all those moorings out and really be able to dredge in there, something that we've needed to do for years.
For a long, long time.
And I believe the town will be really supportive because we've had such great ability to match the funding elsewhere. And if we can get all of this done by 2020, which is the goal, I think that will be fantastic. Now, there's always a hiccup in every process, and with this one, it's the amount of permitting, both at the state and federal level, that you have to dredge. But our Department of Marine and Environmental Affairs is working really hard on this with a local engineering company, and I think we'll see a success in the spring.
And what exactly is the state responsible for dredging versus what the town will be responsible for?
It will just be the town's responsibility to do the dredging. We just seek additional funding from the state to help with it. So let's say we need about $5 million. It seems like under this governor and lieutenant governor, they're very supportive when there's a local match. So if we go to town meeting asking for $2.5 million, then the state provides us with the $2.5 million, coupled with the over $14 million we see from the federal government.
You're all set.
We can get this done.
That's great. And when is the Mayflower 2 coming back? 2019?
Yes.
So you want it done before then? Or you work around that?
I'm going to have to talk to David and the selectmen about how that will work, but certainly it would seem to me, now we don't do dredging all the time, but it would seem to me that we would start in that area.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Okay, Taylor Avenue. Talk to me about that.
So we've been doing some work and plans down in the Manomet area this year. Taylor Avenue is going to be one of those projects that so desperately needs to be done, but it's going to be pervasive and intrusive, and it's going to frustrate the people in that area.
What is it exactly?
It is a full reconstruction of Taylor Avenue. So as you go down there now, it will be wider. It will be completely paved over to further sides, which means that's going in the town's road layout, which many people landscape right up to the end of their lawn, in many ways becoming accustomed to the fact that is their lawn, and of course we're going to be widening that so that
you get 10 feet or something.
Already created some anxiety. When the construction itself is going on, that area can be tight. Not all the construction can be done off season. And then of course the bridge will need to be done. So I think in between, of course, there's storms and things that they worry about down there, including this most recent issue with Bartlett Brook and bacteria levels that were in there. So it's going to be a tough balance. The state is responsible for the project. They have picked a contractor, and we'll provide as much information as we can on the website.
Get it. Okay, when you get it. Excellent. And the bacteria level, the cyanobacteria, is that being treated or ongoing?
So the cyanobacteria has been flushed out now.
Great.
Just from the natural tides. There are still high bacteria levels. That's not really a swimming spot. Now, when I say that, what I mean by that is certainly not that I can see why it's enticing for people down there to wade and go in there. But that's certainly not an area where we promote swimming, like in some of our ponds and areas in the town where we put on a lifeguard. But from a public health perspective, we need to post the area,
Yeah.
test it more regularly, and I think that we'll be able to do that. We also have to test some of the other ponds in town.
Right.
We have a sewer system here, a public sewer system that has over 15,000. About 5,000 users on the sewer system. But
Yep.
we have majority of this town has Title V, and even some still have cesspools.
Yes.
And that is a problem for
Yeah.
many of the riverways. And I think that we need to address that. And I hate to use the word aggressive on TV, but in a more thorough
Yeah.
manner, and in honesty, more quickly.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we need to get moving on having these systems upgraded to something that will work. Now, I believe it was at a recent selectmen's meeting, the Board of Selectmen did approve another working group
Okay.
that would work with our public health director to say what can be done at this specific area and what other key areas where people go in the water should we be looking at
Yep.
that may also be affected by septic systems in
Right.
the area
And runoff.
and leaching.
Yep. Right.
And they're looking at that now, but I've said to them that those outcomes could be quite a variety. I mean, if you think about that, if you have to fix a septic issue in an area of town where the houses could be close together,
Yeah.
what are the solutions? Is it those properties can't have the kind of volume they have in the past? Is it that you don't allow any more building or
Yeah.
expansion in that area?
Yeah.
Is it, may I even say, taking of the property
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
purchasing it?
Yes.
Is it requiring that they build a treatment plant, which would be very expensive?
Expensive,
Is
yeah.
it tight tanks?
Yeah.
Is that even feasible for
Right.
the area? So this
So
group will be exploring all
all
of
the
that. But
options, right.
I always worry we have to come up with the solutions,
Yeah.
but they are often costly.
Yep, absolutely. Fats, oils, and greases. Speaking of sewage,
Yeah.
talk about fats, oils, and greases,
We're
will you?
on that. What did we? Oh no, sorry. I was going to say we're going to dredge that up again because
Ah,
of
that
our
would've been
assistant,
cute.
but
Yep.
with the
Oh,
dredging up, fats, oils, and greases.
She'll be
So-
here all week.
The fats, oils, and greases is important. I think everybody in town knows that we're engaged in litigation with Veolia, who operates the wastewater treatment plant.
Yep.
But on top of that litigation, the Attorney General's office also took exception to the fact that the town of Plymouth is the owner of that property and Veolia is the operator, and we both bear some responsibility in making sure that that sewer infrastructure is kept in tip-top shape.
Right, and that means restaurants cannot put fats, oils, and greases into
They
the
should
system.
not be putting
Okay.
those down through the systems.
Right.
They
Nobody should.
have sophisticated, you're
Yep.
right, even in their own system.
Right.
There should be sophisticated fat, oil, grease separators
Yep.
in place. So as part of a settlement that we have with the Attorney General's office and the Department of Environmental Protection, we have agreed to concentrate educate and enforce
Mm-hmm.
new methods of disposing of fats, oils, and greases and separating them out, particularly at restaurants.
Yep.
Now, we had a report done on the amount of restaurants that we have on the sewer system, and I think it was almost 150
Oh, I'm
or
sure.
so.
Yep.
And many of these restaurants don't have the level of sophisticated equipment that the Attorney General's office would like to see.
Right.
So the AG's office has given us strict deadlines, and we have agreed to comply with those. We'll
Okay.
be working with the public health director as well as the Board of Health on how do we get this information out?
Right.
How do we put these new regulations in place at town meeting?
Yep.
Let all those restaurants know they're
Yep.
going to be expected to
Yep.
upgrade. And finally, we need to do more inspections.
Right.
And all of that will be part of this
Okay.
program that we'll have over the next couple months.
Okay, so more to follow on that. You give us an update next time you're
I
on here.
will.
Okay, well, our 10 minutes is gone.
Oh,
bang.
okay.
Thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
I look forward to next time. Melissa Arrighi's on set with us. Thank you for watching. If you want to see the show again, you can check out our website, and PCN is also on YouTube. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to get up-to-date info. We'll see you next week with a brand new PCN. From all of us at PACTV, have a great week.